and I'm going to show you how you can make your own modelling clay at home. You can buy a product called Fimo, but if you don't have access to Fimo or you can't get near any shops, the ideal thing to do is just make your own. So click on the link below and print out the recipe. It is really easy to make. What I'm going to do, the recipe says half a cup of PVA glue and a cup of corn flour. But what I'm going to do is make half a batch because it does actually make up quite a bit. And what I also find is I often have to add more corn flour, that half a cup is not enough. I'm going to make a star shape. I've got a little teddy bear. I've got a Christmas tree. You can use whatever shape you've got, and I'll also show you how you can use it to decorate a gift at Christmas time or just for a baby or for anything at all. You can also use the alphabet and spell out someone's name, glue it to the string. Just check out the end of the video and you'll see a couple of ideas that I've put there for you. So I'll start off by just putting the half a cup of corn flour in the bowl. I've used an old bowl that I don't use for cooking, and the same with these measuring things. I've just got some cheap PVA glue from the reject shop in Australia, and I'll just very quickly pour that out and mix that up. Now I'll fast forward this video, and if it takes a bit too long, I'll just stop it and come back and show you the end. So just keep stirring until it starts to mix together. You don't want it too dry and you don't want it too wet. So the recipe is just a guide. Right, now that's all mixed up, but you can see it's too wet. I wouldn't be able to roll that out and I wouldn't be able to cut it. So I'm going to add a bit more corn flour. I'll also add the corn flour bit by bit. I'm not going to throw it in there and realise I've got too much and I have to keep adding glue. So I just want to add a little bit at a time. Starting to get a bit better to work. I might dive in with my hands now. Starting to take shape. Right, once you've got it to the stage where you can roll it, just put it on a non-stick mat. I've just used a piece of plastic from an old stationery book. Start rolling. Coming along very well. See what I mean by it makes a fair bit? When you're just making stars for gifts, or you know, whatever shape you choose, you don't need a real lot, and you don't need it to be very thick. So just keep moving it around until you get it the thickness that you want. And I've made these earlier, and you can see the difference between the thickness. They're a bit thick. That one's just about right. They're quite firm. They dry up really solid. So once you're happy with your thickness, have a look at it. Right, that's ready to start pressing in my shapes. I'm going to use the star and just cut away. You see what I mean by they make quite a few. You don't need to make up the full batch unless you're working on doing some for next year or to put away. When you push them out, push them very gently because it will change the shape. You want to keep that nice shape. that's it. That's how you make homemade modelling clay. Turns out really good. That will harden overnight if you just let it sit, or you can put it in a very low heat oven. You'll have to experiment with that because I just leave it air dry overnight. Put that down there and keep cutting. Going to do a Christmas tree. Flower and a teddy bear. You could, if you've got to give little Tom a gift, you could make TOM. You'll also find lots of other fantastic ideas for gift wrapping, for homemade products, whether it be Mod Podge glue, anything at all. We've even made a Play-Doh, so go and have a look for the recipe for the Play-Doh. It's just as much fun. This is Donna from Art Craft Crazy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, click on the link below.